So today is January 31st, 2021, and that means tomorrow's February 1st. With that being said, Just Essentials January is now over, and I'm going to talk about what I learned. So first and foremost, let's talk about how much money came in January. In January, I got $1,792. I paid $1,177 for rent on January 4th. I refilled my laundry card with $10 on January 18th. Paid my phone bill, which is $50, my internet bill, which is $96, my Epidemic Sound subscription, which is $184 for the year, and my Adobe subscription, which is $15. I also bought milk for $6.25. So when you add all that up, it equals out to $1,533. Simple math says $1,792 minus $1,533 equals $259. So what happened this month? Well, for starters, this month, for some reason, it felt very long. Like, I don't know if it's because winter is just depressing, or because we're in lockdown again and we can't go anywhere, or maybe it's because we live in such a consumerist culture and we're so used to spending money on, things we don't need because we have ads following us from app to app, and they serve us ads like strategically at certain times of the day so we can buy things that we don't need, so we can brag to our friends, neighbors, and relatives, even though they probably don't care. No, it's probably just the weather. I'm gonna be honest, I was very tempted to buy things because for some reason, I felt like I hadn't purchased something in so long. So, I had that itch. I was itching for the dopamine hit. I was itching to open something up that was new, but I didn't relapse. But I will admit that I am in the market for a one wheel, but more on that in another video. And for the record, I did not buy it. So as I stated earlier, we are in lockdown, so malls are closed, which means that we couldn't go to the mall when we were bored and end up leaving Walmart with 4 bags full of things that we don't need. The fact of the matter is, being at home all the time, yes, it can be boring with the mall being closed, but it actually saved me money because I didn't step foot in a mall really all month. Really and truly, I think the last time I went to the mall was probably late November, early December. So all in all, I haven't been to the mall in probably 2 months. So what did I learn over the month of January? Well, one thing that stood out to me was, despite malls being closed, it made me realize how easy it is to spend money at home online. You have 2-day shipping with Amazon, you have 3-day shipping with Best Buy, and who knows how many other companies. One thing that's crazy to me is how we can just order something from our phone from under the blankets in our bed, and it gets to our doorstep in 2 days. That's just mind-blowing to me. Another thing that I learned was that if you're disciplined, you can save money. All it takes is being well-disciplined. At the beginning of the month, I told myself I was not gonna buy things unless they were essential to my well-being. Paying rent, buying food, things like that. I was being intentional with my money. I didn't spend it and then wonder where it went. I gave every dollar that came in a job. I said that these $1,177 are gonna pay to keep this roof over my head, and it's the same for the rest of my bills. All we have to do is be intentional. Dave Ramsey says that saving money is 80% behavior and 20% knowledge. And at first I didn't understand what he meant. But over the month I found myself browsing for things to buy. And then I remembered, oh wait, it's Just Essentials January, so I shouldn't be browsing. So when he says it's 80% behavior, it really is a fact. I used to think that in order to save money, you had to know a lot about it, which is where the knowledge part comes in. But then just by reading, watching videos, learning more and stuff like that, I learned that your habits define how much you save. If you're browsing Amazon for an hour a day, you're probably more likely to buy something versus reading a book for an hour a day. The book probably isn't going to try to sell you something. So one more thing I wanted to talk about is continuing this challenge. So it's widely agreed that it takes 66 days to build a habit. And, to be honest, I plan on keeping this up for the foreseeable future because I didn't see any downside to doing this. I didn't bring any unnecessary items into the house. I actually packed away more stuff to give away. And I'm getting closer to my goal, which is not having anything that doesn't bring me value. And on top of all that, I saved $250. So it was basically a win on both sides. And the craziest part is I found myself, itching to buy more stuff, but everything that I paid for was everything that I needed. I was perfectly fine with sitting on my laptop behind me and watching YouTube. I didn't have to buy anything. I was perfectly fine with, like putting out those little clips that I put out of my videos, like those little 1-minute clips. I was perfectly fine with, you know, playing PS4 or like whatever the case was. You know, it's such a crazy thing to me to think that, you know, like every month, like we try to buy more stuff, but it's like we don't even end up needing that stuff. As long as, you know, you pay your rent and you pay like, and you have food, that's basically all you need. And then, you know, if you're going to work, you know, you have your car, your phone, your internet, stuff like that. But everything after that is just extra. It's just like, you know, extra fluff like on the side. Like you don't even really need it. So it's just like, it made me realize like we try to say that these are things that we need, but really and truly, like they're just wants. So I don't know, that was just like super weird to me. But before I do end the video, I do want to say that this year I plan on tracking everything that I bring into my house that's a non-consumable. So like if I can't eat it, or if it's not for like my cat or something, then it gets tracked. The reason for this is because, like I said before, I want to be intentional with the things I buy. And to be honest, I think it would be interesting to see how many things that I buy this year. Then, you know, at the end of the year, I revisit the list and I break it down to see like where I slipped up, how much I slipped up by, and where I can improve. If you participated in Just Essentials January, you know, let me know how you found it, how much you saved, and leave your thoughts and feedback down in the comments below. So let's continue this, you know, whole like no buy year. Let's try and cut back on our spending, try and save more money, try and live a more simpler lifestyle, and just try and bring value to other people. And as always, thanks for watching.